India is mourning today towering titan Ratan Tata, who is no more. He passed away last night in Mumbai's Breach Candy Hospital. He was a man who inspired generations, and the public bid farewell to him at the Nariman Point. His last rites have been completed. He is being accorded a state funeral at the Worli Crematorium in Mumbai. Many dignitaries are at the crematorium to pay their tributes, including Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who is representing the Government of India. Scores from across societal lines are paying their tribute for a man who has been a true icon, a legend, a visionary, a magnet, and much, much more. Whatever we say still won't be enough to describe him and his contributions. He will be remembered not just for his contribution, but also his humility, his philanthropy, and his eternal service for the good. Let me go across to my colleague Shweta, who is at the Worli Crematorium, where the last rites of the late Ratan Tata are taking place. Shweta, this is a somber moment, not just for everybody who is present at the Worli Crematorium, but the entire country, the world of corporate is mourning Ratan Tata today across the world. Indians and Indian citizens are paying their tributes to Ratan Tata. Take us through what's happening there.
Well, that's right, Shreya. In fact, the condolences have been pouring in since last night, and people in large crowd, in fact, they gathered at NCPA lawn to pay their last respect to their beloved philanthropist, the business tycoon, the industrialist, and the person who has taught us to live our life in the most humble way. Yet, while we describe Ratan Tata, as you have already, highlighted the point that howsoever we speak in volumes about him, but that is again going to be something not really sufficient to describe the man he was. In fact, Sachin is showing you the visuals from Worli Crematorium. One can see the deployment of Mumbai Police. In fact, short time from now, what we're understanding is that the straight funeral will be accorded to the mortal remains of Mr. Ratan Tata. In fact, the prayer meet is going to end, and the prayer meet was around half an hour. This was to do with the Parsi tradition to recite Geh Sarna. This is their tradition while they recite the enchant Geh Sarna in front of the mortal remain. And here, all the tall leaders have made their presence from Mr. Amit Shah to Piyush Goyal to Eknath Shinde, Devendra Fadnavis, and everyone is being seated right behind me. Within some time from now, Shreya, this will be very difficult for everyone to believe that Mr. Ratan Tata is no more among us, because this is the last glimpse what we can show to our viewers. One can steal these moments. In fact, the kind of condolence that had been pouring in since last night, many people took to social media also to express their grief, their experience. They have narrated the story while meeting briefly with Ratan Tata and how it has tremendously changed their life. In NCPA lawn also, while we have been reporting from several places, from his residence to NCPA lawn to now to Worli Crematorium, we have just been witnessing sea of people coming to pay their last tribute to their beloved philanthropist, the person who they will be remembering for decades and forever. The work which he has done, it is nothing less than a miracle for Bharat. What we have seen Bharat into a smooth transitions from your house salt to your coffee to your car. Everything has been brought in a very, very tremendous manner by Mr. Ratan Tata.
Absolutely, Shweta. One thing that one notices today is the fact that during his life and after it, there is nobody who is speaking against Ratan Tata. That speaks volumes of the kind of life he lived. Everybody has a word of appreciation for him. Everybody has a word of respect for him. They've shared stories, they've shared experiences with him. And he was not just a businessman, Shweta, as we've been talking about. He has been beyond a businessman. He has been beyond a business magnate in this country. The world of corporates, of course, has been talking about how he took India, which was opening up its economy that time, to greater strides, and the business and the economy of India to greater strides. The other people are talking about the kind of person he was. The younger generation is remembering him for his love of dogs. So really, every generation, every person really having his own anecdote and his or her own experience with how they would like to remember Ratan Tata.
रतन टाटा को 3 दिन पहले
Oh, well, that's right, Shreya. In fact, howsoever we describe him, again, it is going to be falling short of words. Just to understand the kind of personality he had is a legacy that he had been carrying for the 86 years that people remember, with numerous incidences. He was always a camera shy person, not really a great media savvy person. He used to shy away from media, but nevertheless, he was very humble, very modest, and people used to search for his interviews, because we know the statements which he used to give eventually turned out into a proverb. In fact, in morning also, while giving the bulletins live, I remembered one of his statement while he was in an interview. What he said, it states that slow success builds character and fast success builds ego. That's how profound he was. His thinking, the thought process itself was a very beautiful journey that he had shared with the public. In fact, he was quite familiar to social media, where people used to applaud him. People used to react very, very actively on his every post. In fact, we find that, Shreya, that's the moment where the straight funeral is going to be accorded. I believe the prayer meet has concluded. Lot of activities behind me, where the Mumbai police is also gearing up. In fact, the arrangements are already done at place. When it comes to Mr. Ratan Tata, these are the last visuals where we can show what's happening from the Worli crematorium. In fact, people, only the close relatives and the friends of Mr. Ratan Tata have come. In fact, yes, in the visuals one can see the leaders leaving after the prayer meet. That's correct, yeah. As my video journalist Sachin is showing you the visuals from the crematorium, where CM Eknath Shinde alongside Mr. Amit Shah, they are leaving the Worli crematorium. We find the leaders, those who were there at the prayer meet, and as the prayer meet has concluded, they are leaving from the Worli crematorium. In fact, what we also see is that after the prayer meet, the last rituals in Parsi tradition would be performed, as the mortal remains are kept inside. Very heavy-hearted people have just said the final goodbye to their most beloved philanthropist. But here at Worli crematorium, within some time from now, Shreya, we are understanding that the mortal remains which are kept would be going for the last rites that would be performed in a very typical traditional manner of Parsi. They hold their cultural significance, so the last rites would be done in that manner.